Shalom, shalom, Israel. I just want to give a call Allah to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shah. Today is Saturday, September the 2nd. Day 3 of the Feast of Tabernacles. Got a few more days left to go. It's a lovely thing. Today is the Sabbath day, the Lord's day that He's made for the children of Israel to praise Him. He says 6 days shall you work. On the 7th day, you rested. You don't work. You don't cook. You don't buy things. You don't sell things. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, knowing who you are and starting to apply those things. But I just want to give all praises to the Most High though for this truth and more of an understanding now. To all the elders that's pushing the truth out here, I just want to say it's all praises and thank you guys very much. Keep going strong in the truth for our people, man, because we're not gonna get out of this place until 144,000 wake up, man. That's when the Lord is gonna come back. But I'm here today in this video to make this video because I made a post on Wednesday on my social media site pertaining to my children's pets. And today when I got online, there was a few people who had commented on it. I'm not gonna say a few people, I'm gonna say a few Edomites. They Esau. And the crazy thing about it, man, they're always very proud in spirit. They'll read something and take it for what it is, not knowing nothing about what's going on about nothing. They're just gonna take the advice and the news from the other Edomites, and they're gonna use it, and then they're gonna proudly try to speak out against the children of Israel. But what they don't know is what I know is that, man, listen, their words are null and void. Like, no matter what they say, there's nothing that they can do. But I got a few words for them though that I'll give back to them, because normally I use my own vain opinions and thoughts, but building my spirit up, in the word, using this Holy Bible here, the 1611, the ancient text, using the Apocrypha, which is just the hidden books, the 14 books that are missing out of the Bible. It gives you a better understanding and clearer picture, of who, not only who you are, but what's going on, who the other people are, what people are for you and what people are against you. So you have to speak according to the oracles of God when you're in this truth, not just use your own vain thoughts and opinion, because, that's what Israel is supposed to do. It's supposed to let our light so shine. So with that being said, we're gonna let Jesus take the wheel, but we're gonna let the scripture do the steering, So we're gonna start off with 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 11. 1 Peter 4 and 11, and it reads, "If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth." So I'm still a babe in this truth though, but I got a clear understanding though, So I'm gonna speak with the oracles of God, meaning I'm gonna come out of the Bible here. I'm not gonna. I'll paraphrase and I'll throw my own words every now and then, but the main focus is the words in the book. And honestly, this is actually what the book is for. It was written for our learning. But again, I like to paraphrase, so we'll take that in the book of Romans, and we'll go to chapter 15, verse 4. Romans chapter 15, verse 4. And it reads, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope." So, this book was written, for our learning, and you gotta be patient in this thing. You're not gonna read it from Genesis to Revelation and understand it. You have to read and get understanding. Because Isaiah 28:10 says, "Whom shall he teach knowledge?" Everything is line upon line, precept upon precept. But Again, that post I made on Wednesday is the real reason I'm here today, because I don't want to lash out and just say frivolous things all on the net. I have children and all that good stuff that I'm trying to get built up in the spirit. So, anything that I do, they'll follow suit as they get older, because people are going to screenshot it, video record, et cetera, et cetera. And, I have a 10-year-old young man and a 9-year-old young man along with 3 daughters. So, I'm trying to teach them the right way, and this is a sword that I'll use to cut them right here, I'm gonna cut the dogs down. You better believe that, though. So we're gonna start, and I call them dogs because the Lord calls them dogs. If you ain't Israel, you consider us nothing under the Lord's eyes, and I mean nothing. But let's start here. We're gonna start in the book of Exodus, chapter 11. In verse 7. Exodus 11 and verse 7. And it reads, "But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast." And if anybody got a realization of what post I'm talking about, if you're looking at this, then you know exactly what post I'm talking about. So they not only attacked my beast, as the Lord called them, but those dogs attacked me. So to reciprocate that, I'm gonna put it back on their head, but I'm gonna do it in a godly manner, coming straight out of the word. I'm gonna show them they're actually a dog, and show them that they're actually nothing according to the Lord. I'm gonna show them the beginning, and I'm gonna show them the end. I'm gonna get them that identification, because everybody has a birth in here. Everybody has preordained things they're gonna go through in life in here as nations, not just as individual people. And everybody got a ending destination of when the Lord comes back. You're gonna go to the lake of fire, on your second death, or you're ascend up to the kingdom of heaven, which it ain't too many people that's gonna be ascending up to heaven. Other than those 12 tribes of Israel, according to this word right here. Everybody's not going to make it, despite what you may get out of John 3:16, even though John 3:1, that passage on down, he's talking to King Nicodemus, who's the king of the Jews, or the real Jews, not the fake Jews. So, we've been sleeping a docile state of mind here for some time now, but it's time to wake out of sleep, Israel. But so we'll start at 11 and 7. Let's get that one more time. It says, "But against the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast." They did that. So I'm just gonna come back and retaliate and cut them on the back end. Let's go to the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 1. I got a precept of that. Romans 11 and verse 1, because a lot of people would say that the Lord has done away with his people. So we're gonna go to the New Testament, the time that we're living in, to confirm or dispute, what the mind is thinking. Romans chapter 11 and 1, the Apostle Paul, everybody loves the Apostle Paul, right? Yeah, I'm sure your preacher teaches out of Romans, Corinth, all of those things, all the letters that the Apostle Paul engaged in, they teach that right now to this day. But they leave out a certain portion of things. So we're going to go to the book of Romans chapter 11 and verse 1. And this is the Apostle Paul speaking himself. He says, "I say then, hath God cast away his people? God forbid." He mean like, hell no. No. "For I am also an Israelite," Israel. In 11 and 7 says, "Should not a dog move his tongue against Israel?" But Paul says, "For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin." He's from the tribe of Benjamin. The Benjamites, they're over there. The Benjamites, they're the West Indians, and all that good stuff like that. So this is the Apostle Paul speaking here, the writings that we love so much. So that's we'll leave that there, and then we're gonna transition back to the beginning, because I said I'm gonna give them a beginning, the middle, and what all the prophets are saying here, and then the end. What the Lord says is gonna happen to them. Not just me. I'm gonna come out of the word for word. So we're gonna go back to Genesis 25 and 23. and we'll start at 21. And just to give it a little context, it's the story of Rebecca and Isaac when she had two different nations in her belly, and they were fighting in the womb. So this is nothing new. Jacob and Esau been fighting since the womb. When it came out, Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, and got the blessings from his father because Mama wanted Jacob to have the blessing. So Esau swore to kill Jacob after their father died. He said he's going to spend all of his days. He would go to the end of the earth to kill Jacob. So the Lord, one of the Lord's commandments is thou shalt not kill. So he especially not have an evil eye towards your brother. So those are two things that Esau did that the Lord despised and he don't like. So he's gonna wipe them out. But we'll get to that though. So, but it says here, and Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. So she went to the Lord. They were fighting in their wounds. Like, man, what's going on in here, man? They about to feel like they about to break out, And this is what the Lord said. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 different nations. 2 nations. Not one nation, but 2. Not one nation of 2 people, but 2 nations. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. So there's 2 nations, the people, 2 different manner of people. I mean, their manners are different. All right. It says 1 people shall be stronger than the other people. One of them gonna be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the first. So, we got 2 different people in the womb. We got 1 person that we know that the Lord says is gonna be stronger than the other, and the elder child shall serve the younger child. So the child that comes out second is going to be on high above the one that comes out first because that's what the Lord says. So we're going to skip down to 25. Matter of fact, let's go. We're gonna read it on down. So that was verse 23. 24 is, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, meaning the baby's about to come, behold, there were twins in her womb. She had 2 kids again. We already knew that. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. Red all over like a hairy garment. This is more red than anything. So-called white people will say that they're white, but they're not. They're more red than they are white. This paper is white. That face right there, the fake of Mashiach, he's not white. He's red. So, and the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. So, Esau, you will be the progenitor of the Edomites. So what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna take a trip, just a little trip down the lane right quick, just to show those Edomites who commented on my page, who they are, what they got going on, and what's gonna happen to them at the end when the Lord comes back. Because when he come back, we all know that he's not coming back with hugs and kisses, man. He's gonna come back with fire and brimstone the second time, and man, if you're not doing what the Lord say, hey, you're going to the lake of fire. So we're gonna transition over to Joel 3:7. Let's go to Joel 3:7. Let's get that. Joel 3:7. And this is about Esau again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna drop that. We're gonna go to. We're gonna start at Revelations. Let's go to the New Testament, Revelations chapter 13, and we're gonna go with verse 10. Verse 10. Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 10. And we'll start at 9. And it reads, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So, as we all know that we were all subjugated to slavery, that our ancestors were brought over here in captivity. The Lord says right here, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So we was led into captivity via transatlantic slave trade. You know, we were subjugated to, we were cursed in the cotton field, you know, and we were sold, you know. But yeah, this is how we got there, by way of ship. By the way of ships. Packed like sardines, actually. So check it out. This is what this is a prophecy that the Lord spoke about in the word. And these are the ships that the Jewish people, you know, gave money to furnish, to be built. So, and it says, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Let's see who the saints is. Let's see who God's saints is. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms 148 and 14. And we're going to see who the patience and the faith. Let's see who the saints are. It says, he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. So, according to the book of Psalms and King David, the children of Israel or the Lord's saints, they are near to him. But if you don't believe King David, I mean, I know Jesus Christ came to die for all of our sins. We can go with Jesus Christ's words and let's see what he says. It says in the book of Matthew, this is the New Testament that we're living in, chapter 15, verse 24. Verse 24. It says, and just to give it a little context, we'll start at 22. It says, and behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. He didn't answer her, like at all. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So he died, and he's telling the Samaritan woman that, hey, I'm not here for you, man. I'm here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, you know, which is Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, and you know they're fruitful. The Lord blessed Jacob. Say, I'm gonna bless you to be fruitful, and you're gonna multiply. You're gonna be many nations, you know, and that's 12 tribes. So, the saints, even the children of Israel, even Jesus Christ confirmed, hey, I'm only here for the children of Israel. I'm for the lost sheep of Israel. You know, the people who don't know who they are, the people who think that they're Gentiles, even though they're just in the Gentile state of mind. But so now transition over to the Edomites and Esau. Now that we got that clear about, you know, confirming Israel, who God came concerning. Let's just get straight to it. We go to the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah is a book. It's actually about nobody but Edom, which is Esau. It's just about them. It's about nobody else. The great prophet Obadiah. And we're going to give it context, so I'll read and I'll break it down as we go. But we'll start at 1. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. There's only one chapter in there. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom, which is Esau, beginning of the Edomites, which is Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Now we talking about Russell, Eric, Carrie, and Deborah. Like, they're so proud for them to even like interject in someone else's business because of social media. They had nothing to do with them. But that's what Edom is. That's what Esau is. They're very proud, you know. And the Lord, he showed you how they are. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, deceived you. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, Caucasians, clefts of the rock, the Caucasus Mountains is where they came from. Okay, so the Lord is just painting a picture of who, when, and what, and we just have to line it up with history. It says, thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, in the mountains, Caucasus Mountains, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Now that sounds just like daggone the red man who so-called himself the white man, daggone, because they are boastful, they're proud, and they're like, who's gonna knock me off my high horse? Always, you know. Even in the mannerism that they commented on those social media posts, like they were so prideful, like they know something that had something to do with it and all that good stuff, like, but they had nothing to do with it. Didn't happen to nobody. To then they didn't have to comment. It says, and we're gonna skip down to 9. It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Now these are Bible prophecies here. We already said they're gonna be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. Meaning the day when the Lord coming back, it's near upon all the heathens. The ones that are Israel, and even the ones that are Israel that are not Israel, who think that they are a Gentile or the heathen. It says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So whatever you doing, whatever you done, your ancestors had, my ancestors in slavery, brought us on slave ship. Guess what? The Lord is saying right here, it's gonna come back on you. Like, that's the laws of karma, as we know in layman's term. That's karma for you. You know, doing to others as you have them doing to you. So when you put my people and subjected them to slavery, guess what? The Lord says, hey, you may have the laugh now, but guess what? We're gonna have the last laugh. Skip down to 18. And how is it gonna be recompense back onto your head? Verse 18 says, and the house of Jacob, meaning the Israelites, the 12 tribes, shall be a fire, meaning we're going to be like the little big lighters that y'all made. We're going to be that flame. And the house of Joseph, a flame. And the house of Esau for stubble. So the little trees out there, y'all are going to be the stubble. That's how we're going to start the fire. You know, the fire and the flame. You know, you torch the stubble. And they shall kindle in them, and it's going to burn you, and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. So, I mean, those aren't my words. Those are the Lord's words, you know. So, again, you guys continue to be as prideful as you are, you know, at the end of the day, because, you know, this is your kingdom right here on earth right now. You know, this is the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, which the Lord wiped out. This is going to do again, you know, here in the near future, because, again, time is near. It expresses it like clearly in 4K. It expresses it clearly, and you can see that picture clear as day. This is what the Lord is saying. So, you're going to be wiped out because the Lord done spoken it, you know. And what my job is going to be in that is, we'll go to the book of Isaiah, chapter one of my jobs, and I'll give you both of my jobs. And I'm going to give you the one that I enjoy the most. We're going to go to the book of Isaiah, and we're going to go to chapter 14 and verse 21, because most of you guys will say, well, man, you know what? Man, I ain't had nothing to do with slavery, none of that, you know. And that was way back in the ancient times, you know, 400, 500 years ago. But, man, but the Lord, he never forgets. Karma is what he lives for, you know. So Isaiah chapter 14 and 21, let's start at 1. Let's start at, I was going to go to 20, but we'll get to 21. Let's start at 1 first. Isaiah chapter 14 verse 1, it says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel," which is the 12 tribes, Jacob, "shall possess them in the land of the Lord." So when the Lord come back, again, that's what this is saying. When the Lord comes back for the second time, destroy the world, fire and brimstone, replenish everything, and it's gonna be heaven on earth here, you know, because, you know, as we say, I pray as on earth as it is in heaven. Like, it's gonna come to pass. We're going to possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were. So even now to this day, we still in captivity because we can't get on a boat and go to another country, or we can't leave this country without a passport. You know, we have to ask somebody like, "Hey, master, can we get this? And, you know, can we go there?" And we don't never want to come back. You know, we can't do that, you know. So it says whose captives they were. And they shall rule over their oppressors, because we have been oppressed forevermore, man. They haven't had any regard for our women or our children, you know. Check it out, our women. Oppressed. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So like we were made to serve that going on back in the day, but you know, it's gonna flip. It's gonna, you know, it's not gonna always be in your favor. You know, the day of the Lord when it really matters, you know, you're gonna be subjected to work from can't see sun down to can't see sun up. Like that's what you're gonna be subjected to. And again, you guys like to say that, "Oh no, it wasn't me in slavery, it was an ancestor, it was a bad thing," you know. But you know, you guys still you guys are still like making good off of slavery. I mean, that's how you got all your wealth now. You know, you still have slave tendencies and practices that you subject us to right now to this day. But being that you do that, being that you're gonna cry and say it wasn't you, this is what the Lord told his people to do. And this is what I'm doing right now. This is the preparation right here. Isaiah 14 and 21, it says, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers." So your forefathers, the Lord is asking us to prepare you guys for the sins of your fathers. And that's what I'm doing right now by speaking, you know, as the oracles of God to you guys. I'm preparing you for slaughter because that's the destination when your gas runs out of your car and your legs can't work no more. You know, this is what's going on. You know, we have to prepare you guys for slaughter for the sins of your fathers. So you know, there is no way around it. There is no way around it. You know, I got a precept of this, Psalms 137 and 9, and it says, "I'm preparing you for slaughter," you know, and what's going to be real ravishing or real liberating to me is, you know, I can remember when back in the day, I've seen documentaries and films, man, and you know, it show our ancestors were raped, robbed, murdered. You know, the babies were, you know, fed to alligator bait, you know, or whatever, you know. So when I came across this passage, I've been trying to build myself up in spirit. It only made right for this instance right here, because I'm going to enjoy doing this to the Shackelford family, to the Thibodeau family, to the Joe family, and the Tankers family in the day of the Lord when He returns. Like, this is going to happen. It's going to pass. And it says in the book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 9, it says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth the little ones against the stone. Like, I'm gonna love it. Like, this is going to be the thing. Like I said, you have the first lab, but I'm gonna have the last lab. So you guys take that for what it's worth at the end of the day. Like I said, you guys are very prideful and things like that, and that's okay. The real thing is, this book is not a Christianity book. This is our man-made religion, man, and this is what we've been subjected to since we've been over here. It looks like from 1608 to 1901. I mean, when all these religions were came about, we were in slavery. So these are all man-made religions. Which this book right here, it's not a religious book. It's actually a way of life for a certain group of people. That was once only in Hebrew, that was translated to the Greek for the Israelites that were subjected to captivity. King James was a smart man. Which is a black man who rules Wales and Great Britain and 5 other continents. Back in those ancient times when he in the 1600s when he translated his Bible from Hebrew to to the Greek. But and just to confirm that you guys are really nothing, we'll go with what thus says the Lord. And I can Second Esdras, which will be one of the missing books out of the Bible, 1611. Has it Apocrypha in it. We're gonna go to Second Esdras, and this will be my last 2 precepts before I close out. We're gonna go to Second Esdras 6 and 54. Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 54, and it reads. And after these, Adam also, who thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. So we all came from Adam. That's a definitely for sure. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So the Lord had chose somebody, according to 2 Esdras 6 and 54. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So if anybody been seeing a big old strip, man, you see a drop from that vessel, man, it's really like nothing. Like once it's there, it's gone. But the Lord said he like spittle, And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, again, you're nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. So, it's comforting, It's very comforting in the spirit, but and the precept of that is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, 19 and 20. And you're like, man, you went all over the place. You was there, you was here, you was there, but this is how it operates, 147 and Psalm, the book of Psalms 147 and 19 says, he showed his word unto Jacob, meaning the Israelites, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So that means he's showing this word in it, his statutes, his judgment, and his laws. He hath not dealt so with any nation. He hadn't dealt so with any nation. So any other nation that's preaching his word, teaching his word, say they got understanding of it, he ain't dealing with you, according to this word here. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. So everything that we've learned from back then up to now, man, the people who taught us that with the seminary schools and Bible colleges and stuff like that, man, the Lord ain't dealing with them. Like it says, they have not known them at all. So the Lord ain't dealing with that though, man. He only dealing with the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And that's the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians, man. You know, from Judah all the way down to Issachar, man. Issachar is the Aztecs and the Mayans down in Mexico who the Americans harp on right now. As a matter of fact, there's a city in Mexico right now called Issachar. You know, where Judah, 12 tribes. That's the American Negro that came over here on ships. You know, the African Americans. That's who Judah is according to the word. You know, but that was a teaching for another day. Like I said, that was just a little something that I just came across my spirit because I seen that on my page. You know, but so just remember, Russell, Eric, Carrie, Deborah. Just remember, you know, when you're speaking or when you're coming into somebody else's thing, just remember what the gentleman from the tribe of Judah expounds to you. And I hope you watch this whole video in totality. If you don't, oh well. Again, you're nothing. Your opinion matters to me, not at all, not even a little bit. You know. So with that, I'm gonna close out and I'm gonna say Kwam Yasharala. Israel, be blessed.